Welcome back to Make It Gourmet. Been a hot minute and I miss y'all. So today we're just putting together truffle crab cakes. I'm gonna get into a little bit later as to what the truffle is and what makes the crab cakes truffle. And no, it don't have nothing to do with chocolate this time. That would be really nasty at crab cakes. So we're heading in with onion powder, garlic powder, and then a little bit, you all will see buttery steakhouse from Kinder's. Highly recommend. One of the seasonings that I highly recommend. Definitely. And so the thing about truffle is, which will come in really soon. Truffle is a mushroom. Its cultivation, the way that it's grown, is quite challenging. It must be in certain type of conditions, and I believe they're farmed out most overseas. If I find the countries at which they farm them the most, I'll put them there. And I think sometimes they farm them here in the United States. Anywho, the black truffle oil is more robust, good for beef. But I found it to be quite delicious and brings out a great, earthy, more flavorful result when you use it in seafood. So crab isn't the only thing I've tried it in. Salmon, tuna, it hits. Do you hear me? Don't knock it till you try it. And so if you really want to bring out the flavor profile in something and it's savory, use black truffle oil. White truffle oil I recommend highly for like fettuccine alfredo, more or less savory, more, queso. I feel like it would bring up chipotle if you eat it chipotle up a notch. Do you hear me? All right, so I'm taking and mixing this here, and I also put mayonnaise in there. I believe I put an egg in there. I have to wait to see. They'll tell you how long it's been since y'all had a long form video. I'm using Duke's mayonnaise, and I'm just, as you notice, I'm just feeding a couple of teaspoons to tablespoons of mayonnaise in there at a time because I want a certain consistency and thickness, but I also don't want watery, fall apart crab cakes. Do you hear me? We ain't having it. We're just not going to do that. And I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs. That also has a mixture of parsley in there as well. And I'm just easing it in there a little bit as I go. One great tip I could recommend to anyone that also likes to make things gourmet, also likes to make pantry staples, and just, you're the open the fridge and let's see what we're gonna fix type of person. I got mad respect for you, number one. And then number two, you could pretty much make it out of anything if you're scarce in some ingredients versus other ingredients. I didn't think that I would be putting an egg in this, so I cracked at least one good egg in here that I know of. So if I see more than one, then I upped it up for the consistency. And then egg acts as a binder, but I also put mayonnaise in there. That also acts as a binder because egg is used to make mayonnaise. There's some more of those breadcrumbs there that we're going ahead and adding, since we have added a liquid in the form of an egg that we're having to beat within the mixture, mix within the mixture. And I'm just working my way up to the consistency so everything, you see, all clumping together very easily. That's the goal. And you do that to your desired consistency. Now we're going back in with one more seasoning here. Honey garlic. This is a barbecue rub. That's okay. Let me talk to you. Them seasonings that's designated for other type of savory or non-savory foods, those are usually the ones that hit, because one, they're typically formulated for, they're just gonna put this on the grill. Not me. What you didn't figure on is me buying this honey garlic and putting it on everything that I can put it on. Vegetable, crab cakes, salmon, chicken. If it's seasoning, I'm gonna use it as long as we ain't talking about desserts. Now desserts, we do the typical seasonings and spices: cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, honey, all that stuff. But as far as savory, I don't care because it say barbecue rub. It's going in here. If I'm having for dinner, if it worked, I'm gonna make it work. And so far, everything I have tried that honey garlic seasoning on has hit. You hear me? We putting in one more. That's definitely not a teaspoon. I'm gonna tell you that. At least one more tablespoon of mayonnaise in there. I'm still, as you can see, I'm still working out the type of consistency before I begin to form these crab balls and then eventually mash them out to the thickness of crab cakes that I want it to be as well. Here's where we start frying up these tasty truffle crab cakes. In with unsalted butter. I don't believe in adding extra salt. We have formed our patties, and you just use your finger to kind of press down and fingerprint the middle of them. Helps a lot with cooking evenly. Got one in there, two, and then we got three. We're just letting them brown on the bottom. Now, let me tell you something really quick. If you don't butter the pan enough, it's going to stick. I've been guilty of that, and one of those actually fell apart during this process. So please try your best to be patient. We're going to plate this, still working on my plating, with mayonnaise, and then garnish with chipotle powder. And then now we have our finished final product. And here are my thoughts. So I'm currently getting into these crab cakes. These weren't made with the traditional seasoning, but I can tell you this, they real good. Very much. I use a different seasoning blend just because I am out of Old Bay. So, and to I use Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse, and then the barbecue rub seasoned honey garlic. So all of that should be in the video. You can rewind it back. And I decided to add an extra twist. I didn't have lemon juice either, but that's okay. A chipotle mayo. I just used chipotle powder. And we're just dipping the crab cakes in there. Now, these crab cakes are a little bit toasty. And first time trying bumblebee white crab meat. I thought it was the lump crab. So you can imagine my surprise when I found out it looked a little minced up. But it still made it work because these are the smoothest looking crab cakes I've ever seen. Too close to burger texture. But it's still good. That chipotle gave it an extra kick, an extra spice on its own. If you'd like to see more videos like this, where I turn anything that I eat gourmet, you might want to pop that subscribe button and that bell as well. Until next time, this has been Make It Gourmet. Love you.